Hello everyone and welcome to Behind Us, powered by the Green Carpet Foundation. Today, we are bringing together two powerhouse women shaping the future of tech and sustainability. We have Ms. Ponsana David, CEO of Thai Green Power Solution, a leader in renewable energy and blockchain from Thailand, and chairman of the Green Carpet Foundation. And joining her is Ms. Aneesha, founder of One Asset Exchange, ambassador for the Singapore FinTech Festival, and the Queen Bee of Web3. They will dive into women in tech, decentralized AI, and how innovation can drive real environmental impact. Let's get started.
I personally wanted to thank you for all those small tips, whatever comes to your mind. It was brutal, blunt. That is something like a need of an hour அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. So thank you so much for that. Thank you so much for accepting this. And we have named this podcast. I don't want to have this as a podcast rather than like a tech cast, or there are different streams, different industry. So we wanted to call this as Behind Us.
Behind us.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Behind Us. So, and this is our first episode. I would want you on the 100th episode. So this is a promise I want you to give me today, that we want Aneesha on the 100th episode, and the 100th episode need not be like this, like online.
In person.
Yeah, very big in person with a lot of giants. We wanted to show the world how two women backed up each other. I know you don't want anybody to back you up, but I definitely want you to be on the behind. That is my stage at present. So Aneesha, thank you so much for accepting this. We once decided that we are going to have this podcast Behind Us. Mm-hmm. I explained about you. I shared your LinkedIn profile with my entire team, and they all got supercharged. And over time, they came up with one or two questions. என்ன இருக்கு, என்ன தெரிஞ்சுக்கணும் அப்படின்ற ஆங்கிள் I got a lot of questions in which I shortlisted quite a few. I shared it with you, but again, அதிலிருந்தும் I want you to give me a very bold, honest, like or a brutally honest answer. I would like to start with one strong question. என்ன அப்படின்னு பாத்தீங்கன்னா, gender, history and power.
Gender, history and
power.
Power. Yeah, the title, gender, history and power.
Yeah. Gender, history and power. See, at present, I know you are there across the borders. You are in charge of your particular stream. You've been meeting a lot of women. Ellame okay, fine. But in the women empowerment, they're coming out of home. They have a face value. Idellame just as like ஒரு hashtag மாதிரி தான் இருக்கா, or is there a real impact happening in the market? What is your take on it?
It's a very big question, but answer comes from our everyday interaction. Thank you for all the nice words that you said, but in reality, ladies club or a women circle, I'll usually run away because I'm very fearful of unnecessary drama, right? Because I guess maybe because I didn't have a very nice rosy path. Everything was difficult for me. Although I'm born and raised here, we have our first world problems. I always say I've faced almost everything except war and poverty. So that's I've not faced. Apart from that, everything else I faced. And having said that, that's why I'm very, very structured in my thought, very practical. So circling back to answering your question, I want to very happily and very excitedly tell you that women empowerment is real. Although women circles, all these women association, I've very honestly told you that when the first time you called me and told me also. It scares me because they always don't fulfill what the agenda. They don't go to the agenda that they started. They always end up in kitty fights, right? So, but fortunately, in the past 2 years, the universe has put me into communities where these women actually really walk the talk and they support each other. And especially in the past 1 year, now it's going to be 1 year, I've been around circles where women leaders, like really well established banking leaders, fintech leaders, who are moms, who have different types of social lives, are starting to help one another, or at least I'm seeing it for real. There are tangible outcomes. Like, for example, I've got 2 3 women here in Singapore. They're like literally without expecting anything in return. It's like, what do you want? Is this what you want? XYZ? Okay, I'll connect you to this person, that person. Okay, you go to that person, but don't save this first. And these are bright, bold women, and also at the same time, all of them have one commonality. என்னைய சொந்தமா சாவடிச்சுட்டே ஒரு வேலையை பார்க்கணும்னு எனக்கு தலைவிதி கிடையாது. I don't want it. So they say, I choose not to kill myself and take time away from my family to do my job. I want to be able to do both. So, and when there are more and more women like that drawing boundaries here in Asia and still being able to accomplish what they are set to accomplish, with compared to those without those limitations, it's really nice. It's really, really nice to see, because I guess it doesn't matter whether you have commitments at home, whether you're married or you have kids to look after, your parents to look after, or you're single. It's all about that discipline and coming to work and finishing within that period of time. We know psychologically, productivity is only 4 hours. Anything beyond that is useless, right? Unless you are a very micromanaging boss, you want to see their faces for 12 hours, that's a different ball game altogether. But as a human, there's only 4 hours of optimal time. And when people know how to use their 4 hours, maximize their 4 hours maximum potential output, because they're like, okay, after these 4 hours, that's it. I've got to go back. I've got to go back to my family. So then okay, this person is going to give you optimal output. And I'm seeing it. And it's really nice in an era where companies are saying no to unnecessary headcount. Companies are saying no to standard payroll or traditional payroll. Instead, they're hiring consultants. They're hiring performance-based vendors. So jobs itself is getting redesigned. And now companies are okay with jobs being executed by consultants in a 4-hour time frame or a 6-hour time frame. So, and then this is a time where these women come out as like, okay, I can do it, and they show through their work. Once they get the opportunity, they show through their work. The recurring opportunity comes to them, right? Of course, let's not talk about all these office politics where some people are just out to guard their iron rice bowl, and they use politics, right? So that's a different ball game. But people who want to have the betterment, put the company's objectives first, want to optimize efficiency, and also want to improve their P&L, they know how to redesign jobs. And this is where, we know, okay, now it's time for the women to come back. And I listed my company in 2021. I was working like 22 hours, and day in, day out, 22 hours.
What was your film tokenization subject, right?
Film tokenization, we just launched it last year. 2021, I was with the Dubai
exchange was 2021.
No, that 2021 I was part of a Dubai consortium. I was part of a different brand. The milestone is that we public listed a company within 18 months. And during that, and I was with them from 2018 all the way till the end of 2021. And during that period, that public listing period, I was working 22 hours. I started with Singapore time zone. Still had to send my children to school. And then, and I thankfully, because it was COVID time, work from home. But Singapore time, India time, customers are in Canada. Then you never sleep. Like I'll go get that pockets of sleep. The only saving Gaia was you work from home, so office and bed was just 2 steps away. And my
Got it.
PA will call me I'm like ஒரு மணி நேரம் கண்ணு அசைறேன் call பண்ணிடு. So she's like, okay, go. And then before you're going to deep sleep, one customer will call, or one client will call because you're public listing, right? So it was crazy, and through that I still remember, and I want to share this. I collapsed twice, and I'm a mother of 3. I told myself, never again. The செத்துதான் பொழைக்கணும்னா
செத்துதான் பொழைக்கணும்.
I mean, that's
It's not about சாகிறது. It's about rising up. Yeah.
It's like, why should I succumb to that, given to such a fate, when there are other ways to earn, right? So anyway, I'm very blessed I had the opportunity. I'm very blessed I had an amazing team that supported me. And when I said, okay, I'm slowing down, they all supported me 3,000%. And I learned from it. And I was like, okay, we put family first. Saturday, Sunday, if you're going off, let's go off. If Europeans can do it, why can't Asians do it? I know there's a very Asian mindset of, work till you die. Work before family and all. That is, if you subscribe to that thought process, well and good for you. I don't. And I support men and women who don't. If you want to heal society, you have to first be happy. And if you can seek happiness by being alone and being lonely, all well and good for you, but that's definitely going to show in your work and how you work with teams, right? So it all ripples. Yeah.
On the thought, see, it's been 17-20 years you're in the fintech industry, right? Which is, I would call that as a male centric industry. Have you ever seen any women who got lowballed, where she has the potential but she couldn't make out of her voice, where it was not heard? Have you ever seen, have you ever tried to turn the ball around, turn the table around in your 17 years of career, where you saw that yes, she is there, she has the potential, but again, something is not falling on par, she is out of stock? Have you ever
I'm
felt
the
that?
I'm the
Yeah.
living
Give me a story of that, because see, I believe this is what we wanted to shout out little more louder, that rather than hashtagging ourselves as women empowerment, we support women
Exactly.
entrepreneurs. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. And this is again, the question falls, this happened only because she doesn't fall under this bro circle.
Yeah.
I just want your experience out of it, because you've been there, India, Singapore, other Western and European countries. So, is it very common or regional centric?
It's actually regional centric.
Okay.
In the blockchain world, especially when it's very cowboy, although it's very male dominated, they respect anybody who can get the work done. That's the unregulated side, and that's the side where it's borderless and there's no country specific. They respect anybody who can get the work done, because it's not just women fighting against the industry. It's like all those other genders, 48 genders that we are unheard of. So some people their resumes don't even give their real biodata. So that world, as long as you get the job done, it's fine. I mean, gaslighting and all those bombing of characters there, but it's because it's a rough world. It's a cowboy world. Coming to the regulated space, the fintech space, yes, is very male dominated centric, and also very racist centric, especially Southeast Asian countries where color matters. And although I'm born and raised here in Singapore, I find myself very often I have to show my passport,
Got it.
because you're an Indian. I always speak up for everybody. Like, why does the color of my passport matter, right? I think I chose the approach of walking the talk rather than Vaayala vada sudra vida, I choose to walk the talk. I'll not say I've not made my mistakes. I've made plenty of mistakes, and entrepreneurship is always about making mistakes, right? It's about the intent. It's about the intent of wanting to, do better, recover from it. But when I walk the talk, I always go into a role where I make sure that I make an impact, I make a difference, and then it's up to them whether they will value what I bring to the table, whether they want to retain me. And when I ask for what I truly deserve, I would have already shown the proof that this is what I deserve. How they react is up to them. I've done my right. I can't control how they react, and that is predominantly the case. It is true. It is true. The way when if it's two men, negotiating for some commercial benefit, it's so much easier than us. Number one, first reception itself,
Why do you
understanding.
why do you think that still exists? Because see, this is 2025, right?
You're
It is
scared.
not 19, not
You're
5.
scared.
But then
You're
even
scared.
today, when I send my operations head for a deal close, he gets into a bar. Again, this bro circle, that is very easier for them. And
Yeah.
when, like, if I go have a cheers with them, again, you know what would be the second take, right?
Yeah, yeah,
That
yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Like, so that's two parts to the answer. Number
yeah.
one, as I kept cutting you, they are scared. They know
Mm.
they are scared. They don't have the knowledge that we do, so they cut us off that way, and they hold their bro circle very strictly. Let them be. Let them be. I choose to say let you be. Like I always tell you, if that's how they want their biryani served, give it to them the way they want it served.
Yeah.
Because the goal is to get them to eat, right?
Mm.
And you want them to eat from your shop, not from the next door shop. So serve it the way they want to serve. That's one. Number two, it's about familiarity. That
Mm.
sitting in the bar, having a whiskey, having a beer, that's their familiarity point. That's their comfort zone. Boardroom is because number one, domain knowledge. They male or female, domain knowledge. If they don't know enough of what you know, they'll be. See, boardroom is it's like a war zone. It's like
Mm.
battlefield. It's like it's like being in the parliament. You've got to put your best foot forward. You can't say the wrong thing, and everybody is watching, so you don't make a decision easily.
Mm.
When you're in a social circle, when you're more comfortable, when you're let down, and of course with the plus point of intoxication, anything can happen, right?
Correct.
And being in the capital markets world, I've seen a lot of that.
Mm.
So for me, I'm very comfortable with the bro circles,
Mm.
and I socialize with them by choice. Um, Even then, yeah, like you said, there is a difference, especially like now you can see, it's with age, some extra pounds are put on, you're treated differently, definitely. If
Yeah.
it is a
Got
guy who's put on extra pounds, it's okay. When a girl
Yeah.
with extra pounds, sorry, if she's too smart, she knows too much, it's not okay. Like I said, it's like a these are all psychological things, okay? My answer to how I'm fixing all of this is,
Would
hmm?
it get changed? That's the point here. Would this? It's maruma. It's maruma.
No, it's
It is
not going to change.
so it's not going to change, right?
Yeah,
It's not.
so we
No.
use it.
Yeah.
So we automate as much as possible. We use a genetic agents as much as possible. Whenever I go into a meeting these days, they're like, "Please clone me. I want to clone myself so that I don't have to train somebody else, so that I don't have to handle drama. I don't have to hire and fire. I want the
Mm.
work done by the way I want work." So we build a genetic workforce.
Correct.
Like everybody says, nascent stage, but it's not impossible. We've already started building for a few fintech companies, and that's one workaround. See, when it's like Netflix, right? Netflix has 2,000 titles. What's title was relevant for you is only 20. Then
Exactly.
then just go watch the 20. Why are you gripping about the other 1980 for what? Right? You are just in the wrong pool. There's always space for everybody, right? Your happiness matters. Choose your crowd, choose your circle, and energy is real. And if you vibe what you want, you will get it. Stop cribbing about why the world is so unfair. Right?
Right.
Yeah, so the world is unfair. The world will not make sense. If you want peace, if you want peace, you want to make a difference, just do your way, be bold, and trust yourself, trust the process. And like I said, choose to amplify the noise you want to amplify. Don't go and amplify the negative noises. Then you'll forever be in that circle. You'll forever be absorbed in that energy. If you want to walk into a boardroom and close the deal, learn how to speak. Learn about the art of negotiation. Learn what the audience wants. Learn what the decision maker wants. Speak his language. When you start speaking his language, you'll forget about gender. If the decision maker is only comfortable with in a social setting, then figure out some way to get into that social setting, right? And if you're still not comfortable, then it's not for you. Deal with it. This is the commercial world we are talking about. If you're telling me, Anisha, this is family, life, society, and everything, my answer is going to be very different. But even in the commercial world, you're here to make money. Work around the setting. I'm not saying submit yourself. I'm not saying be submissive. I say be smart. Problem is one, solution is 420. So don't amplify the problem. Try different solutions. That's what I'm saying.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. And let's speak tech now. Okay. Film tokenization.
You're so excited about film tokenization. Huh?
அந்த மூளைக்குள்ள அந்த ஐடியா எப்படி வந்து பிகாஸ் ஹாலிவுட் அண்ட் பாலிவுட் ஆர் கேட் கெப்ட் ஆல்ரெடி and what is your vision and how it is actually traveling? It's just on the paper like so many other blockchain related titles, or this is going to really change or bring an impact in the film industry?
It's already changing. Film tokenization is not for Indian domestic market. Film tokenization is for the people who treat the industry with respect and treat it as a commercial industry, not treat it as a byproduct for their workaround activities. So you get what I'm trying to say. Bollywood is cracking. Hollywood is cracking. Hollywood has already started using crowdfunding to a great extent, tokenization to a great extent. In Asia side, they have tried plentiful. Nobody really knew how to crack the code, right? And most importantly, why it didn't work for this far for the South Indian movies or Indian movies by and large was because almost everybody were line producers. Like you said, it's gatekeeping to the max. And movie making always had a different agenda. Now people realize that nobody's going to the cinema theater. OTTs are not paying as they used to. So they don't know how to extract the dollar as they used to before. So then they realize, okay, what can now, out of fear, out of desperation, they're asking, what can we do? So you see, tokenization is a big jargon. Very simply put, ownership, fractional ownership of IP content. So, and enabling fans or stakeholders to directly own the stake in the content or that branded content. It definitely from 5 years from now, it's going to be common. I think the Keralites do it to a certain extent via crowdfunding. Manjumal Boys was a crowdfunded movie. What is different between crowdfunding and tokenization is that it goes 10 steps deeper. It gives you a digital footprint of cash flow collection all the way to how it's used and how it's distributed, right? And it can track and trace the digital footprint, can track and trace of liquidity. Basically, all I can say is that I know a lot of people have monthly movie going budget.
Mhm.
Instead of having that budget as expense, now why can't you convert it as an investment, as a
Mm.
stake? Right? Invest in the movie you're going to watch, and then let it reap its returns. Having said that, it's no magic wand. Doesn't mean now I'm flipping in the coin. I'm making it investment first. It's every movie is going to do well.
Mm.
It's just like any startup. It's just converting movies into startups. They have to do well. If it does well, you can convert it into a franchise and keep making more in that same franchise brand. You can make
Mhm.
more than just content. You can go off screen and do so much more. And yeah, the sky's the limit. So what we are enabling right now is the digital footprint of IP, content IP, film IP in particular. I always tell producers, be accessible. You want to
Mm.
know, you want to reach, you want to reach fans and producers at the end of the world. But apart from your film format, you're manual all the way. Then how are you going to be accessible? You have to go market by market. They're like 12 markets per year or more than that, and you have to go and be present in every market to sell your content. It's very tiring, right? And people want very specific content. Like Europe, they don't entertain anything beyond animation or Korean, Japanese content. Then how are
Mm.
you market your Indian content? Or how are you going to market your South Asian content? So data, statistics, trends matter. Only when you're digitally available, then you can participate in all these analytics. You can be access to being found, then access to liquidity, access to digital distribution. Everything currently in the industry is done manually. Very little is done digitally. Some are attempting to do it digitally in the Asian space. A lot has been done to digitize it in the Western space. We're just replicating what's happening well in the Western space right now.
Perfect, perfect. Now we know the hot topic, artificial intelligence, AI. Okay. Yesterday I
Well,
happened to see a meme and mentioned it was like a girl who has learned piano for 25 years. Now she's being replaced by an AI. So the meme goes on and on and on with a lot of humans who got into this field 20 years, 25 years, 30 years back, but they've been getting replaced. Is this just this meme is a meme, or is it a real hot topic which we all need to have look into it? Because are this replacing human is getting real, or it's just a shade which we wear it for ourselves?